Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is PunkU. I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Usually around noon Mountain Standard if you want to check me out playing some games or whatever. I do love to chat while I game though, so if you want to chat with me, go ahead there. Check out my Twitter and my Discord. Links are down in the bottom there. And yeah, we're going to check out another... No, I wouldn't say a reaction thing, but you know, we're going to react to it. Top 20 creepiest TV mysteries that were finally solved. Post down below if you remember any of these and if you remember whether or not they got solved and how it affected you. I would really like to hear your opinions. And watchmojo.com. Go check them out. We are going to be going in.
This morning, the desperate search for Andrew King continues. The star of Growing Pains was last seen in Vancouver, and he's been missing now more than a week.
Oh no.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're looking at 20 scary mysteries centered around TV and its actors that were eventually solved.
Police are facing questions over why it's taken 3 weeks to find these bodies.
Oh no. Whoa. Oh, that got dark.
20. Julian Sands.
This is a very steep, rugged, snowy terrain.
Oh
Sands is
no.
not the only hiker to go missing. Over the last 4 weeks, 14 rescue missions have been conducted. 2 hikers died after falling.
That doesn't sound good.
Sands vanished during a solo hike.
Who's Julian Sands?
2023.
Oh, that guy.
Mystery. The mountainous region is notorious for dangerous winter
conditions,
but the story fueled dark theories. From an accidental fall into treacherous canyons to foul play hidden
It's so easy to go missing in the mountains, isn't it?
By brutal storms, heightening the chilling
You see trails. I don't know about this one.
Investigators alike clung to hope that he may have found shelter somewhere among the peaks.
Do you think?
But in June, hikers discovered human remains that were later identified as belonging to Sands. While the exact nature and cause of his death remains unknown, at least the family now has a semblance
Well, they
of
got closure, yeah.
Tragic news here. The remains of actor Julian Sands.
Dang, man.
At the Mount Baldy Wilderness.
Number 19, Inger Stevens.
Oh.
Yes, I can help, but this sort of thing takes
Okay. When did this happen, though? This is a show from the 60s.
Farmer's daughter. Inger Stevens posed to have a promising career, but she died in 1970 at just 35 years old.
Oh, no.
The circumstances around her death raised some disturbing questions.
Okay.
Stevens being found unresponsive in her kitchen with some bruising and an unexplained cut to her chin. Rumors swirled quickly.
Maybe
Was
she
it a
fell.
downward spiral caused by mental health struggles or something far more
What kind of
sinister?
bruising? She could have
Stevens had a
fallen and hit her
reputation for
head.
Emotional turmoil behind her glamorous
Like,
facade.
in the
She seemed
chin.
fine to friends and acquaintances. The Los Angeles County coroner ultimately ruled that she had died from acute barbiturate poisoning, the result of her taking her own life. While some questions remain, this explanation officially closed the mystery.
Well, that's sad. That's so sad.
Number 18, Jussie Smollett.
As for those who doubt he is telling the truth,
I'm pissed off.
In early
Oh, no.
2019, Empire actor Jussie Smollett claimed he survived a horrifying hate crime attack on the streets of Chicago.
Oh, is this guy that
igniting
faked it?
widespread media outrage and public sympathy.
He
Who did
faked
this?
it,
Where are they
right?
now? But as investigators dug deeper into Smollett's story, many
Yeah.
inconsistencies began to surface. Surveillance video, phone records, and testimony painted a whole different narrative that Smollett orchestrated the event himself, hiring 2 acquaintances to stage the assault. What began as a moment of national alarm quickly turned into a scandal, questioning both credibility and motive. After months of scrutiny and a highly publicized trial, Smollett was convicted of felony disorderly conduct for lying to the police and ordered to pay restitution for wasting police resources.
That one I can
this
see.
conviction was overturned in 2024 on constitutional grounds.
For years, his allegations
What
have raised
happened?
questions of race, hate, and lies surrounding his claims, which affected the city of Chicago and beyond. Today, a jury said he was lying.
Number 17,
Okay.
Juan Catalan.
I literally
Who's this
jumped
guy?
out of my chair,
literally sprung out of his chair.
and there was this gasp,
Okay.
And there he was.
What's this about?
Pretty cool.
I don't remember.
In 2003, Juan Catalan was arrested for the murder of 16-year-old Martha Puebla, a crime so serious.
Oh, is this
that it
one
could
where
qualify for the death penalty? Catalan insisted that he was nowhere near the scene,
Yeah.
claiming he'd taken his daughter to a
I think
Los
he got
Angeles
cleared
Dodgers
or
game, but
he
police dismissed
offed
the
himself, I
alibi.
think.
Then, in a twist straight out of Hollywood, his life was saved by Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yes, the TV show.
Really?
Catalan's lawyer discovered that the show had been filming at the stadium the night of Puebla's
And
murder,
he was there.
Hours of behind-the-scenes footage were reviewed until a frame indeed showed Catalan in the stadium with his daughter, proving his innocence. With help from a comedy icon, a wrongful conviction was
Wow.
prevented, and the eerie mystery of his supposed involvement was completely shattered.
We roll it back, confirm, yes, it is him. We keep playing the tape, and he's
Yeah.
on 2 more cassettes.
Yeah, he's right
I
there.
thought, wow, this is fantastic. I'm going to be able to prove that he was at the game.
Number 16, Edward Harold.
Damn. Well done.
Fugitive, a graduate of Texas A&M University and once a successful businessman.
Okay.
He has eluded
I remember
capture
this
for almost
show.
16
It
years.
was
In
creepy.
1978, the quiet Gulf Coast town of Pasadena, Texas, witnessed a crime that would spark one of the state's most unsettling manhunts.
Okay.
Edward Harold Bell shot and killed 26-year-old Marine Larry Dickens. after
Why?
Dickens confronted him over a crime that Bell had committed. But the shocking part came next. Bell posted bond, vanished without a trace, and slipped
No.
away for nearly 15 years. Sailing between
No.
Mexico and Central America under a false name, he became a ghost. Yet his disturbing criminal
Oh, he's
history
very
kept him in the
nervous. Look at
spotlight,
him.
with his story being featured on both America's Most Wanted and
Whoa.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Of course, on
Luckily,
the show,
that
yeah.
exposure finally paid off. In 1993, authorities tracked Bell to a Panama City marina, arrested
Okay.
him, and brought him home to face a 70-year prison sentence.
That's a
For almost 15
lot.
years, Edward Bell eluded detection until December 2nd, 1992, the night of our broadcast. One of our viewers was stunned to realize that a man he had recently conducted business with in Panama City, Panama, was none other than the fugitive killer Edward Harold Bell.
Number
Damn.
15, Bonnie Haim.
A young wife and mother, Bonnie Haim, opens presents with her son.
No.
Bonnie's husband, Michael, captures the moment forever on video.
Oh, God.
Less than 2
Then.
weeks later, Bonnie
Oh.
disappears.
One of the most famous segments on Unsolved Mysteries is that of Bonnie Haim. The young mother vanished without a trace in January of
vaguely remember
1993,
this.
with authorities finding her car abandoned
Yeah.
at the airport. It was clearly staged to appear as if she fled the country, as the car held a number of
What
disturbing
a
clues.
weird
The driver's seat
footprint.
slid back further than her height, and a pristine shoe print
Yeah,
matched her
that's
husband
very
Michael's
odd.
sneakers. The case aired on Unsolved
most people
Mysteries
go in
1996,
right shoe
spotlighting
first,
her
don't they? Not
3-year-old son's
left.
Chilling but unsubstantiated claim that his father had hurt his mother.
Oh,
The case remained a
no.
mystery until 2014, when Haim's son, now grown,
Yeah.
recovered human remains buried in the family backyard. DNA later confirmed they were Bonnie's.
Oh,
and
no.
Michael was convicted of her murder in 2019.
Good.
The jury found Haim guilty of killing
Good.
his wife and burying her body in the backyard of their family home. Their son found her
Why did
remains
you
while
think that
doing
that
a
was a
home
good
repair.
Number
idea?
14, the shooting of Allison Parker and Adam Ward.
Our WDBJ7 morning crew was live this morning at Smith Mountain Lake when shots were fired around
Oh,
6:45.
this? Yeah.
Our general
Damn.
manager and WDBJ7.
We just reacted to this on another compilation.
Tell us more about what happened.
The only reason this isn't higher is because the mystery only lasted a couple of hours. On the morning of August 26,
Yeah.
2015, reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were murdered on live television.
Because some guy
As they were
lost his
conducting an
job or
interview with
something.
local
What a
chamber executive Vicky Gardner,
stupid
gunfire erupted.
reason.
Ward's camera dropped, and the
You lost your
broadcast
job
came
because
back
you're
to the
crap
studio.
at
The
it,
shock of
not
a
because some
live
lady
murder,
was doing her
mystery of who
job.
committed
Like,
it,
seriously.
turned this into a nightmare spectacle. But
This is
investigators
horrible.
quickly identified the killer as former WDBJ employee Vester Lee Flanagan II,
Yeah.
who posted a
The
video
second.
of the attack online and faxed a manifesto to the media. He then took his own life in the midst of the resulting police
You
chase.
should have done that before you even thought of doing the other thing.
Of his anger coming
That
to the fore.
freaking weak human being,
We
man.
dismissed him, and he did not take that well.
Number 13,
Yeah.
Maya Rivera.
When you have the information that
Okay.
an adult life jacket was left on board, that pontoon boat wasn't anchored, what does that lead you to believe?
It's hard to draw conclusions with just that.
The disappearance of Glee actress Naya Rivera felt like the beginning of a mystery thriller. On July 8th, 2020, Rivera's young son was found floating by himself in a rented boat on California's Lake Peru. Rivera was nowhere to be found. Was she abducted? Did she go somewhere? Unfortunately, the answer was far more tragic than anyone could have expected.
How could you get
Her body was found
abducted in the middle?
5 days later, confirming that she had died. But investigators also discovered that Rivera was swimming with her son when the boat started to drift away in the wind. She used all of her strength to swim them back and boost her son onto the boat before succumbing to exhaustion and falling into the water.
This is the dock behind me where Naya Rivera left on her ill-fated boating trip yesterday. Sheriff's deputies tell me that when she didn't return, a dock employee went searching for the actress. He says he found the boy alone on the boat, and the boy said his mom went swimming and she didn't come back.
Number 12, the West Memphis 3.
I want to tell the whole world my son is innocent because I know he is innocent.
I vaguely remember this.
I know where he was.
Yeah.
And I know he's innocent. And I want to tell the world, and I want the world to know.
In 1993, 3 young boys were brutally murdered in Arkansas.
Yeah.
A community gripped by a rising wave of satanic panic, fixated on 3 teenage outcasts, Damian Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miskelly Jr. The trial became a spectacle of assumptions.
I vaguely remember this. I can't remember much of it though.
And all 3 were convicted, with Eccles even being sent to death row. Their story was later chronicled in the enormously popular HBO documentary, Paradise Lost. But new DNA emerged, and legal advocates re-examined the case, and new findings revealed that the original prosecution relied more on hysteria than facts. The West Memphis 3 were released under an Alford plea after 18 years, and while the true killer remains unidentified, some suspect it was Terry Hobbs, the stepfather of victim Steve Branch.
I had something made, just the pros and cons of Terry Hobbs. This pretty well speaks for itself.
Number 11.
This morning, the desperate search for Andrew Koenig continues. The star of Growing Pains was last seen in Vancouver, and he's been missing now more than a week. Today, his co-stars and his famous father are asking for your help.
When actor Andrew Koenig failed to board a flight home on February 16, 2010, and stopped responding to both family and friends, fear rapidly escalated. Known for playing Richard Stabone on Growing Pains,
Boner
was well liked, making his sudden disappearance.
I remember. Yeah, his nickname was Boner.
And loved ones. Searching the greater
Those were the
Vancouver
80s.
area, authorities
You can
found
just
his
call
phone
someone
turned off,
Boner.
no trace of where he had gone. Press conferences, public pleas, and celebrity support poured in as the mystery intensified. Then, after 9 agonizing days, the search ended in a wooded area of Stanley Park, where his body was discovered. Police found no evidence of foul play, and his father confirmed that Koenig had struggled with depression and had taken his own life.
We were looking for some
Well, you live your life known as Boner. That's a bit of stress, right? No?
Number 10, Michael Peterson.
1810 Cedar Street, please. What's wrong?
Oh no.
She's still breathing. What kind of accident?
When Kathleen Peterson was found at the bottom of her home's staircase in 2001, the scene ignited a true crime mystery.
Let me guess, she was pushed.
For decades.
Was she
Michael
pushed?
Peterson insisted his wife had fallen, but investigators saw wounds they believed were consistent with a beating, questionable blood spatter evidence, and Peterson's secret sexual life became the backbone of the murder narrative. Cameras rolled the entire time, immortalizing the twists and turns in the docuseries The Staircase. He was ultimately convicted of murder, but forensic and testimony errors unraveled the case, and his conviction was vacated. Like the West Memphis 3, he later entered an Alford plea in 2017, meaning that he maintains his innocence while accepting a guilty plea. It finally closed the legal saga after over a decade of uncertainty.
And do you now personally plead guilty pursuant to the Alford case?
Yes, sir.
You understand that when you enter a plea of Alford and you do not admit the fact of your guilt, the court will treat you as being guilty for purposes of sentencing you.
Yes, sir.
Number 9, Deep Throat.
And where's the goddamn story?
Is this the Watergate thing? Yeah.
Money's the key to whatever this is. Says who? Deep Throat. Who? Oh, that's Woodward's garage freak, his source in the executive.
For more than 30 years, the world obsessed over one question. Who was Deep Throat? The mysterious insider who helped expose the Watergate scandal. The mystery man's tips led Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein to the truth that President Nixon's administration was actively covering up political crimes. His anonymity became a legend, with countless countless news segments and TV documentaries.
And they found the tapes, I think. I think they found the tapes.
Pop culture widely embraced the enigma, turning Deep Throat into every cloaked figure that emerges from a shadowy corner of a parking lot.
Yeah.
In 2005, the revelation finally came.
Oh.
Deep Throat was former FBI Deputy Director Mark Felt. The confession ended decades of intrigue and solved one of the greatest mysteries in the history of investigative
hero,
journalism.
this guy.
He's no longer just an anonymous source, and no longer one of history's greatest mysteries.
Number 8, the Christine Chubbuck footage.
TV.
Oh, is this the one where she on live TV?
30
I hope not.
presents what is believed to be a television first.
Christine Chubbuck was a rising reporter in Florida.
And she pops herself
on air,
on
she was
TV.
battling profound personal struggles. July 15th, 1974, Chubbuck calmly introduced a news segment before reading a scripted statement alluding to her impending death. She then produced a revolver and took her own life on live TV. The horrifying broadcast left coworkers and viewers traumatized, and the footage quickly disappeared. This video is now regarded as one of the most tantalizing pieces of lost media, with many questioning its whereabouts, or even if it still existed. The answer was finally given in June 2016, when it was confirmed that it had been in the possession of WXLT owner Bob Nelson. Audio of the tape has also been publicly released, confirming its existence.
Mrs. Chubbuck?
Yes.
I'm Jean.
Eugene.
Jean Reed. Yeah.
Number 7, Robert Durst.
Hey, Andy,
I remember
how
that.
are you? I actually have a list of things, and I forgot some of them.
Oh, my
I'm
eye.
ready to be filmed.
Sorry.
If you're still interested in doing that.
I am, of course.
Wealthy real estate heir Robert Durst had long been linked to chilling disappearances and murders, including that of his own wife. However, he always managed to slip through the cracks of the law. His bizarre story attracted the attention of HBO, who made the now legendary documentary, The Jinx, chronicling Durst's life.
Never
and
heard of
questioning
it.
his involvement in the murders.
But I
In the
don't
show's
have
shocking
HBO.
finale, Durst wandered into a bathroom, still mic'd up, and seemingly confessed to the murders. And amazingly, this episode aired on March 15th, 2015, just one day after Durst was arrested by the FBI for the murder of Susan Berman. The timing couldn't have been more perfect.
Damn.
Durst was convicted of Berman's death in 2021 and died the following year.
How can you not see the microphone? His mic was still on.
Number 6,
no.
George Reeves.
George, these are our guests. You should be able to...
I don't give a damn who they are. They have no right to come
Oh, man.
here at all hours.
That's summoning me
Why don't
up.
you take your damn party someplace else and leave me alone?
That looks like Bruce Campbell.
I'm going back to bed.
It is.
After George
It
Reeves
looks
was
like
found dead on
Bruce
June
Campbell
16th,
for some reason.
1959 in his Benedict County
Doesn't it?
home, the scene instantly became Hollywood legend. It was like something out of Clue. An upstairs bedroom, his body on the bed, a gun on the floor, a single bullet wound to his right temple, and the slug embedded in the ceiling. There were some questionable findings, like no fingerprints on the gun, and 2 more bullets embedded in the floor. But the Los Angeles County coroner cited no signs of forced entry, and witness statements revealed that Reeves went upstairs alone. Reeves had been drinking heavily and was reportedly despondent about his stalled career, all of which led to an official ruling that Reeves had taken his own life.
Okay, but it's a lot of speculation back then because they weren't very good at getting evidence, right?
She then called to the
Evidence now is everywhere.
that he had shot himself.
Number 5, Gemma McCluskey.
To some of her friends, Jem was known as Gem Star or Little Gem.
Oh no.
Small in stature, she was a huge in personality with a zest for life.
This young actress was a rising star in British television, known for her role as Carrie Skinner on
I remember her. I didn't know anything happened to her.
McCluskey suddenly vanished from her London home, leaving behind unanswered calls and growing panic among loved
Oh
ones.
no.
Posters went up, searches began, and hope flickered that she would walk through the door again. But just a few days later, the horrifying truth
Yeah, what
emerged.
happened?
Part of her body was discovered in
Heart.
Regent's Canal. Now a new question emerged. Who killed her? As detectives unraveled the
Only
case,
a part of her.
suspicion
Oh
tragically fell
no.
close to home. McCluskey's own brother, Tony, was ultimately convicted of her murder, transforming a once promising story of
Frickin'
fame
siblings.
into betrayal and
If
heartbreak.
my sister's watching this, don't even think.
A sister, an auntie, a cousin, and a niece. And is
Damn.
very much loved and greatly missed.
Number 4,
Yeah. I remember this guy. Don't know what happened to him. I remember this song too.
This actor played David on Sesame Street between 1971
Yeah.
and 1989.
Then they changed
appearing
it.
Well over 1,000 episodes. But one day, David just disappeared. The hand-wavy explanation being that he went to live with his grandmother. Some viewers weren't buying it.
Well, we all know better.
What really happened behind the
What
scenes?
did happen?
The true story didn't really emerge until Michael Davis published Street Gang: The Complete History of Sesame Street in 2008. He reports that Calloway's mental health was deteriorating throughout much of the 80s, and that he began to exhibit erratic and violent behavior. Cast members noticed that something was off and began keeping their distance. He was
Okay.
ultimately fired in 1989 after biting music coordinator Danny Epstein on the set.
Why do you
Calloway
bite?
was in
Why
mental
do I bite
hospital
someone?
and died less than 1 year later.
Kind of weird.
Hold it, everybody. I only have 2 hands.
You don't need hands to bite somebody.
It's just getting busy here. Hold it. You gotta wait.
Is that Maurice? I think that's Maurice.
There's nothing the matter. I'm just yelling.
Number 3, Sean Blake.
And today, officers searching for the missing family discovered 3 bodies in the garden of their Erith home.
In
Another
Kent?
EastEnders actress.
Oh,
another
God.
creepy
What's with
mystery. Sean
EastEnders?
Blake was an actress turned sign language teacher, living a quiet life with
Okay.
her partner, Arthur Simpson Kent, and their 2 young
Okay.
sons. But in mid-December 2015,
What a
Blake and her son
EastEnder.
suddenly vanished, leaving relatives and fans worried as police appealed for information. Their home showed signs of a disturbance, and Arthur gave evasive
Okay.
answers about their whereabouts before abruptly fleeing the country. A chilling mystery grew,
No.
with Arthur's evasive behavior drawing huge attention. The truth
There's a
finally
lot of.
emerged
Oh,
weeks
that's
later
the
on
crime
January 5th,
tents. I'm like,
2016.
why do they got all this
Police
stuff in the
discovered
back? In the
bodies of
conservatory?
Sean and her children buried in the family garden. Arthur was tracked down in Ghana and extradited back to the UK. He
Good.
later confessed to the murders and was given life in prison.
Good.
Arthur Simpson Kent said very
Good.
little in court today, just the word guilty.
It's bad enough you live in Kent.
With those 3 guilty pleas, it means there will be no trial in October as was planned. Instead, he'll be sentenced then.
Good.
He faces life in jail.
Number 2, the Stockton arsonist.
Oh, I remember this. I do remember this. Okay.
Perhaps the creepiest and most
All
famous
right,
segment of Unsolved
weird.
Mysteries concerns the Stockton arsonist. In August of 1989, a father and son found a jacket on the side of the road, and inside was a terrifying videotape. It showed a house engulfed in flames, being filmed and commented on by someone who appeared to be the arsonist. Viewers of Unsolved Mysteries recognized the house as one on Colton Court in Redwood City, California, which had been set on fire on August 15, 1988. Two
Okay.
teenage males were later identified in connection with the case. The older teen admitted that he filmed the fire and was the voice on the tape, and both admitted involvement in dozens of similar fires. Their identities remain unknown, as they were tried as minors.
Some of the
Oh,
calls
okay.
received led us to a 17-year-old.
I do remember this, though.
We interviewed that youth. Through that interview, it led us to a 19-year-old Redwood City youth.
Oh.
Was arrested.
19-year-old youth. That's an adult. That's not a youth anymore. That's a proper adult.
Taking the video and was the one who talked on the videotape.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest
Yeah, ring them
videos.
bells.
You have the option to be notified
Please,
for
you don't have to.
additional videos or all of
But it'd be
them.
very
If you're on
nice
your
of you who
phone,
did.
Make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Cool. What's the number 1?
Jimmy
Oh, God.
How do they know whether I am or not? How does anybody know whether I am?
You frickin' pervy bastard.
For decades, British TV presenter Jimmy Savile cultivated a public image of charitable
No,
goodwill
no.
and quirky celebrity
There's a reason why he was in children's
outfits
hospitals, and it wasn't for charity.
untouchable, but accusations lingered around
Absolute
him. Accusations
piece of
horrible nature.
waste.
Most people assumed they were meaningless.
They
and
are
dismissed them.
no.
Others thought otherwise, leading to a dark mystery. What was Jimmy Savile hiding? The truth emerged after his death in 2011.
Yeah.
Savile had been a predatory abuser
Yeah.
for more than 40 years, exploiting hospitals, children's homes,
Jesus,
and workplace power
what
to
a
target victims.
absolute
Investigations revealed hundreds of
monster.
survivors and systemic blind spots that let him operate freely. But what seemed like eccentric behavior took on chilling new meaning when we learned that Savile was one of the most prolific sex offenders in the history of the UK.
He fooled everyone. But the scale of it. He groomed an entire nation. This is the stuff of a horror movie.
Yeah. Wouldn't. I can't use the words, but yeah.
You know, what was the real story about Jimmy Savile?
Piece of
What do you make of these
garbage
answers?
is what that
Let us
guy
know in
was.
the
I am
comments
so
below.
sorry if you like that guy, but he was an absolute. Okay, Okay, let's back to reality. Yeah, so that was interesting. And some of those I knew, some of them I didn't. But yeah. Which ones did you know? Which ones did you hear of, and what were you doing when you heard about them? Put it in the comments. Like and sub, please, if you can. If you can't, that's cool too. Watchmojo.com. Go check them out. Throw them a sub. They got plenty, like 26 million. You're probably already subbed to them. Anyway, that'll be that one, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care, guys. Cheers.